Hello friends! I wanted to film a video today because I received a new deck in the mail, and this is the Language of Flowers Oracle by Cheralyn Darcey. I'm super excited about this deck. I've had my eye on it for quite some time, and this is actually going to be my second Cheralyn Darcey deck because I also have Flowers of the Night Oracle. So I think that they're similar and yet completely different. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the deck comes in a sturdy two-piece box, and I love the size. It's the perfect size. I love the insides. Has your thumb cutouts, which makes it super easy. This deck is published by Rockpool. So if you have their decks, any of their decks, then you're likely familiar with the card stock and the quality. So I'll set that aside. It comes with a pretty chunky guidebook, which has a lot of great information, and this is so exciting. It's in color. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, so maybe at the end we'll draw a card and read from the guidebook. So I'll set that aside. Now, here are the cards. These are the card backs. I really like this art style. I'm not sure what it is or what it's called, but it's pleasing to the eye, and the colors are vibrant, but not in your face. So I'll just kind of go through the cards. What I really like is that the cards are numbered. You get your keyword, and then the name of the flower is underneath. Oh my gosh, gardenia is like one of my favorite flowers. It is so beautiful and it smells amazing. I actually don't know very much about flowers or their medicine or their energy, so this will be learning for me. There will be a lot of flowers in here that I've probably never heard of, like this jade vine. That's pretty. Some of these I wouldn't even know how to pronounce. Oh, I love that. That's so pretty. I watch a lot of doodling videos, and this is one that I have seen drawn so many times. I keep thinking that if I watch the videos by osmosis, I will be able to draw just as wonderfully. This one's really pretty. Right, so I love these colors. They're vibrant, but not bold. I don't know how to even describe that. They're not in your face, which is unusual for me because I really like bold, vibrant colored decks. But like I said, this is one that I've been watching for a while. and I wanted to add to my collection, and I saw the price drop on Amazon, so I decided to go ahead and add it. Even though I already have 2 flower decks, this will now be my 3rd. And I typically don't use a lot of flower decks, herb decks, plant decks, tree decks, but for some reason I really wanted this deck, so I added it. I actually say that, but I have 2, well, I have a tree deck, soul trees, and then I have soul seeds, which is a combo of lots of different things. Ew, love that. It's not a huge deck, but it does stand on its own. Love that. And this is the last card, so 44. Very, very beautiful. Super excited to add this to my collection. So I'm gonna set that aside for a moment. Actually, I'll flip over. And then really quickly, I will kind of give you the preview of the Flowers of the Night Oracle, which was the first Cheralyn Darcey deck that I added because of how different they were. So here are the card backs, so completely different. This deck is already shuffled, but you can see here it's the same concept, right? So you have a keyword and the name of the flower. And I think what I like about this deck is that in certain cases, they have also included an animal in the deck. So for someone like me that has a hard time connecting with animal energy, this helps me do it in a way where I'm not overwhelmed. And I really love that about this deck. Now obviously this is a glossy deck, and you know, my fingerprints get stuck on it, but other than that, it's really, really beautiful. And you can see that it's not like it's a black and white deck. There are spots of color throughout, bright colors. But again, this deck kind of centers around those flowers that bloom in the evening. And again, I love that it includes various animals. We have our owl friend here for focus. You can see the art style is very similar, but the color palette is so completely different. And again, major difference. These are based on evening. The other one is in the daytime. And then also, you can see a lot of moon energy in these cards, but snake. Look at that, the snake for power, Queen of the Night. But a lot of animals that are incorporated into this deck. So although I would say I don't really have very many animal decks, but I do have a few decks such as this that incorporate the animal energy in a way that allows me to work with it little by little and learn. I love this. In a card like this, the animal almost becomes the focus, which is interesting. Lots of butterflies in this deck, lots of insects. So you can see they're similar and yet completely different. So I will set these aside. Now again, I already had a couple of flower decks, and probably one of my very first decks was Soulflower Plant Spirit and Oracle deck. And this is actually the indie version. Apparently this deck now has gone mass market, and it comes in a huge box with a book. This deck did not come with a book, but you can see the beautiful card backs. The card stock is amazing. It's very, very vibrant, and what I loved about this deck was that it had the name of the flower, the keyword, and then information, so that you didn't really need to rely on a book in order to get your message. You could kind of work with the deck and the message would be printed right on the card. So obviously now when you see these colors and these bright images, you understand why I was drawn to it, because I just adore these really bright colors. So this was my original flower deck, and then I added the flowers of the night, and I felt like, okay, that's enough flower deck. But I really liked the art for the language of flowers, and I kept watching and watching, and I saw the price dip on Amazon, and I just could not control myself. I had to, you can see how awesome these are. I had to kind of pick up the deck. But anyways, I'll set this one aside. There's plenty of flip throughs on this deck because, like I said, it is now a mass market deck, and quite a few people have been adding it to their collection. But I think what I would love to do is give the cards a shuffle, pull one, and then read. Oh my god, that was like amazing. Did you see that? Sometimes they're so stiff, but this, so nice. Okay, I'm not an awesome like shuffler, but I really like how these cards oops, let's try that again. Really like how these come together. Really pretty. Let's see. Yeah, has a really great overhand shuffle. I mean, the size is, as you can see, your regular Oracle size. Obviously, I need to spend time with the deck, give it a proper shuffle, but you know, for today, I will pull a card and read from the guidebook so that you see. Oops. Some few jumpers that came out. That's because it's difficult to shuffle in this position when you are trying to film. All right, so let's see. And we, oh my gosh, how ironic is we have connection, the forget-me-not. So that is number 9. So let me set that down and grab the guidebook. The guidebook is very easy because obviously it's in order. So you just look for number 9 and then you can kind of, you know, read along. So I think what I'll do is I'll hold up the card so that you can see. So it gives you the meaning of the card, but here's the nice thing. It gives you the challenges of the card. It gives you a botanical profile, gardening tips, and then it gives you the place. So the meaning, friendships that are long lasting as well as love are all indicated with the energy of forget-me-not. This flower will prompt you to have a more tranquil and focused mentality and assist in study, exams, and learning situations where recall is vital. You may find yourself with old friends or lovers or mending old bonds. So that is your meaning. But then it also talks about the challenges of the card, right? So it's calling out a lack of self-confidence and of clarity can be shown by this. Both need to be quickly rectified. A departure from the connections that enrich the life spiritually or emotionally is something to watch out for, as it can be reversed easily. So it speaks a little bit to the shadow aspect of the card. It gives you a botanical profile if you are a person that enjoys gardening and this is a flower that you would like to work with. And then it also gives you some gardening tips. And it's interesting, she even calls out the skill level, easy. That would be awesome for a person like me that does not have a green thumb. Place, Mill, Black Forest, Germany. So that is where you will find this flower growing. So that is a little bit from the book. You can see it has a lot of great information. That's something I really love and appreciate about Cheralyn Darcey's decks. And so, yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to kind of highlight her deck and give you a quick flip through in case it was one that you had considered adding to your collection. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have this deck or if you have another Cheralyn Darcey deck that you love, leave me a comment. I would love to hear more about some of her other decks. Thanks for watching. Bye.